In Port Elizabeth, let's go there to hear what locals are expecting from Tito Mboweni's budget. Jayed-Leigh, a port city, tourist destination and automotive hub. What kind of expectations are coming out of PE?
Well, welcome to the Windy City, and I think the general consensus here on the ground is that they're hoping that the Minister, Tito Mboweni, will blow and channel the funds into the right sectors. But generally, people here in the Eastern Cape are hoping that the funds will be channeled into sectors that really can give back to the economy. Just chatting to locals here, they're saying sin tax, one of the key areas. They want that to be decreased. Alcohol prices, as well as cigarettes, those that indulge in cigarettes. But also looking at the irrigation side of the Eastern Cape, there's a lot of farmers here, so they're hoping that funds will be also channeled into water. But let's chat to some of the locals here and find out what else they want the minister to look into. So obviously, Finance Minister Tito Mboweni will be delivering that speech at 2 o'clock. Just tell us about some of the aspects that you feel that he needs to address.
First of all, what I would like to see is that as a small business owner, that some funds are allocated to on the ground for small businesses. I still think small businesses are one of the backbones of South Africa.
And I also think that with small businesses, one of the critical issues and why they survive or don't survive is the cost of electricity and rent. Just talk us about that as well. How has it been affecting you, knowing that you are a small business owner?
I've got a bakery, so it's got severe effects on us in terms of load shedding, and it causes labour problems. We've got to work after hours to catch up. It's just a general problem that's got to be addressed.
And I suppose that the Eskom crisis also affects that small business that you have. Let's move on to the youth as well. We know that unemployment is also a key issue, and many of the youth across the country are calling for the minister to also channel funds into education. What else can he address?
Well, I do think that, just from a ground level, the minister can actually put a lot more emphasis on educating the youth in terms of the opportunities that are out there, the different parastatals that can offer different opportunities for the youth. I think there's not enough emphasis being placed on, creating their own job opportunities as well. We just tend to focus on giving guys go to school. But yes, go to school, but also, educate the youth on how after school, how you can actually make more opportunities for yourself.
Especially with entrepreneurship. I think that's another key issue that needs to be looked into.
Definitely, with entrepreneurship, I don't think they put a lot of emphasis on the entrepreneurial side, and definitely I think with more education on how people can be more entrepreneurs and business owners for themselves, I think we'll be able to actually, alleviate the high unemployment amongst the youth.
Very interesting. Thank you very much. Blaine and Desiree, I'm just going to walk over to my right-hand side. I've got a couple of people that are also very eager to share their views. Ma'am, what are some of the aspects that the Minister, Tito Mboweni, should look into, or what has been affecting you as a South African citizen?
What is affecting me is that we sometimes struggle to buy electricity. The machines are always off. It's at least once to twice a week that we struggle to buy electricity. And that is my worry for my house and for the work that I'm working at, to have electricity.
I think a lot of people back at home want that also to be addressed. And then lastly over here, this gentleman, I know that you also have a lot to say. What do you believe that the finance minister can look into?
I think what he's got to try and do is reduce drastically the corruption in the country, which would free up a lot of funds that can be used in education, health, and that sort of thing. And I really think that should be a top priority.
Thank you very much for your views there, sir. So, Desiree and Blaine, a lot of the Nelson Mandela Bay locals sharing what they believe that Finance Minister Tito Mboweni should look into, such as electricity. Others are saying that job creation, the unemployment rate rather, should be addressed, and also entrepreneurship. With that, it's back to you in studio.
Thank you so much, Jayed-Leigh Paulse, giving us the PE perspective there. And one of the people she was talking to was talking about small businesses and the Small Business Institute, saying that channeling more funding to SMME is not necessarily the solution, calling instead on the government, especially the departments that interact with small businesses, to give another relook at policies and regulations that they pass and how they impact the effectiveness of small business.